Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk and thank you for coming back and seeing me, or perhaps for visiting for the first time. I'm Heidi Smith. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, right in the heart of the country in southern Warwickshire. And for those of you who don't know where that is, it's kind of near Shakespeare's birthplace, but as I say, middle of the country. Today I'm bringing you the note card holder that I shared with you recently. So during Celebration, if you spend £45, and that's pretty much any of our Stampin' die bundles will take you to that price point, you get to choose an item for free from the Celebration range. And one of the lovely items that you can get this year is a pack of note cards. And you get two colours in a pack of 20 with envelopes. They come in two colours and they're slightly smaller than our UK standard cards. But here's one that I created. This one I've made a suspension card, which is in one of my videos, but these are the two note card designs that you get. So you get soft sea foam and pool party, and then you get 20 envelopes which are pre-decorated already. As you can see, we've got some decoration on the front and on the back and on the inside, so you are really ready to go. They are great for quick cards, and because they come for free, they also make great gifts. So you could make a set of note cards for someone, pop it in this little gift box, decorate the front, and I've used some of our crinkled seam binding on this one, basically because I forgot I'd got some lovely soft sea foam ribbon that comes in the Splendid Thoughts suite, which is what I've used here. So this is the suite, which has got Splendid Thoughts in, which has got some dies. I can't remember the name of the dies, but it's splendid stems are the dies. Some beautiful paper, and I'm really miserly with my paper, especially when it's foiled. And this is sort of almost foiled or embossed on the one side. So you've got some soft sea foam. Look at the cute little ladybird, and then there's you can see the reverse of that. Some fresh freesia with white embossing, lovely fresh freesia on the back. This one, which is kind of the petal pink, I think, actually, this one. And Calypso coral on the back. This one, I reckon, is soft sea foam. Really shiny. And as I say, that one's lovely because you've got the pattern on two sides, so you could get 6 card fronts out of that easily. Sahara sand is the other colour that's in there. Again, with the white, Sahara sand on the back. And then we've kind of got copper as well, so with Calypso coral. So some beautiful colours. But like I said, I'm miserly, so I want mine to go a long way. So I have used just a couple of strips of it either side to decorate the box, enough foil to kind of give it a shine, and then I've used these lovely dies, and you get this lovely bowl shape here. And on a card, that's perfect for several of the sentiments that are in here. So the sending hugs and the let's celebrate fit perfectly onto these as well. Little bee as well. On this one I've raised it up. Actually, on a gift box I would normally keep that flat, so it just happened to be that I'd got one already with a dimensional on it. So that's what we're going to make. First thing obviously is some die cutting. Really useful to use your self-adhesive sheets. So these are double-sided adhesive sheets. They come in a pack and they are 6 by 12 in dimension. And they are great. Basically, you put it on the back of your card, and in effect, you can turn any of your die cuts into stickers. So this is what it looks like. Comes in here, adhesive sheets, and again, you can just sort of cut that into a piece, as you can see there. Pop it on a piece of card, and then you've got sort of 3 score lines to remove that. As well. So you take those off, put it on your card, and as you can see, I tend to keep some of my sheets in here with it on, so if I want a piece, it's to hand. With this particular one, I've actually kept it in a little packet ready to go because I'm obviously going to use them quite a bit in the next few weeks. So as you can see here, all sorts of are done, but it's all the outline. So these dies cut beautiful outline shapes, as you can see here. Now I've left some of the pieces in as I've taken it out, which I may or may not leave in when I come to use them, but you can see beautiful shapes there, and they're really sort of elegant kind of shapes. So Yeah, so what have I cut to go on the front of this one? I thought I'd use the reverse of that. I had some scraps of DSP, so again, with my DSP, any scraps go in here, and you can see these are easily big enough to cut one of these bowl shapes out of. So I've got a couple of those cut out of some scraps of DSP, so I'll make my mind upon which one I'm going to use. Then I've got that lovely sort of frondy leaf as well, and you'll see I decided to move it and it's already stuck, so I'm kind of missing a leaf on this one, but that's this sort of frondy one here. This lovely tall one, so that's great because obviously that gives quite a bit of height and dimension to your card. So I've done that in Calypso Coral, something a little bit brighter. And as I say, and then we've got this lovely kind of outline leaf. We've got some petal pink as well. So I might add more, but you could just get away with 2 die cuts. As I said, I've got a bee which I cut out of a scrap as well, that we've got here. The ribbon is slightly wider, the soft seafoam ribbon, but it does tie beautifully. It is a seam binding ribbon, but it's not crinkled, so it's nice and flat. And then I've just taken some of my the cardstock that I used on the previous one. You can see I've taken the reverse there, and then I thought we could use the same one just as a narrow border on that, so just to add a little bit of shine. Although maybe we'll go for something a bit brighter. Maybe we'll go for, there we go, another one. Okay, so let's get some cutting done. You're going to want 2 sheets of cardstock to get the 2 pieces out of. However, you will have plenty left to make other projects. So you want 2 pieces of card. And the first piece you want is 16 by 17 centimetres. So, let me just pop those to one side. So I'm just going to cut my 16 on this long edge here. And then trim that down to 17. As you can see, you're going to get, you've got quite a lot of spares there for other projects. So you're going to score on the short edge, so that's at our 16 centimetres at 2 centimetres. And that's going to be a common measurement. Or obviously if you're measuring on the other end, it's 14 centimetres. Okay, and then on the long, you're going to score at 15. So in effect, you've scored on 3 sides at 2 centimetres. But say, just make sure that where you're scoring the long edge twice. So that's our first piece. Our second piece is 16 by 21. So again, we're cutting to 16 here, and then it's full width of cardstock. Okay, and this piece on the long edge, you're going to score at 15. And 17, and then on the short you're going to score at 2 centimetres, like so. So that's going to create our box. So when you score it at 2 centimetres, you have your short score sections at the bottom there. Other things you're going to need, you're going to want a piece of white that's 8 by 15 centimetres. So I'm just going to cut that to 8. Might flip it over and use the reverse because I've got a bit of a smut on that one. So let's cut that at 8. By 15. And that's my piece for stamping. And then I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to cut 2 pieces. It's going to be cut at 15 centimetres again. And I want 2 pieces that are 1 centimetre. And this is actually 3 centimetres. So all I'm going to do is just cut this is the sort of trickiest one because they're narrow. So 1 centimetre and another centimetre. And again, cutting from the bottom up so it does get that bit of support. And then you've got another little strip which is popped in. That could be used to decorate a card or an envelope. And then I want another 2 pieces of my lovely soft sea foam. And these are 2.5 by 15. So this piece is 5 centimetres. And I'm just going to trim that down to 15. And then just pop that in and cut it at the middle at 2.5. There we go, like so. So you can pop your trimmer away now, and we're going to get on with our stamping. So I'm going to stamp this before I do my adding my DSP. It can be done when you've already got your DSP on there. So if you do add your DSP and forget, then you should still be fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my card in soft sea foam. So add some, and I'm going to sort of put this probably about halfway up, as you can see here. And then I'm going to pop another one a bit further down. And this is just to create our background, so if they overlap, don't worry. Now, as I don't know whether I said in this video or not, this one is not designed to be an exact match, so don't get worried about it. If it's not, you're kind of going, I can't get it to line up. It's not designed to. What I am going to do, I think, is probably stamp off first, and then what I do is I kind of line up sort of roughly that large spike and the side one, because I felt that gave the best impression, even though they're not designed to line up. I liked having some that did kind of almost have that impression of almost a watercolour-y kind of feel. So I've done my stamping on my background. Now you could stamp your bee if you wanted to, if you didn't want to die cut, and that would work just as well. But all we want to do now is add these focal points. Now, as I said, I've added my sheet to this already. If you just sort of flick up with your finger, you should just be able to peel that back quite easily and add that there. I'm now going to do my other one. Hopefully this is going to, I'm not going to pull the leaf off, and as you can see, as you pull that off, it does tend to take most of those infill pieces out. You can leave them in if you want to, and I just sort of kind of offset it slightly with that, and then you can decide whether you want to add more, and that was why I had my problem before. So I'm just going to try and lift that up gently. Yes, that was why I had the problem, because I wanted to add my bowl first. So I would recommend either Seal Plus or Tombow to add these die cuts down if they've got the foil on the back. So I'm just adding my one shape off to the left there. Then I'm going to add my die cut back in. There we go. That was what I intended to do originally. And then you can add some adhesive to this one and pop it in as well. So it just creates a bit of dimension, and then for a bit of fun, I've got my little bee. And I happen to have a bit of whisper white, basic white. So I'm just going to pop my on there. And there we have the front of our card done. I'm going to add some adhesive down the sides there. Again, this is, because it's foil, I'm just going to use a stronger adhesive. So I'm just going to add a strip of Seal Plus down each side, and then from the front I'm just going to line up that section and line up my other piece. As I'm saying, that just that little bit, you see, just adds to the front of it. And then the next piece, I'm not going to add any more on until I'm ready to do my front, because I want to add that DSP to the front of our box. So we're going to come in with a bone folder and really reinforce these. Now you are going to want to I've scored those the wrong way. There we go. So that's going to create our box base for the back, and what we're going to do is grab our snips and just notch that out slightly. And I've forgotten to score on this side. I knew I was looking, I was like, oh, okay, right. So on this one, we are going to want to score both sides. Look at my instructions. There we go. You know what it's like when you kind of go, this doesn't look quite right. Okay, let's reinforce that. There we go. That's better. Mind you, at least I realised. Okay, so this is going to fold up. This creates our tray. And what you're going to want is you're going to want to tuck these flaps on the inside. So you're going to go small tab, then big tab, like so. Gives us a nice finish on the outside. And on this one, exactly the same. So small tab, large tab, or medium tab, small tab, and then large one. And again, just reinforce that as well. In terms of adhesive, you can, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because that's going to be nice and quick. That inner tab doesn't matter so much about having lots of adhesive on it. Because it's just going to be sandwiched in between. So just fold that up on both sides. Use those straight score lines as a guide, and then we're going to pop those in and just press to the side. And then just use your bone folder and just come in and fold that like so. So that's our back tray. And then this one is going to be our front piece. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, reinforce our score lines. And if you imagine, this is going to come over the top. So this one is going to be a fixed corner, whereas this one, we're going to cut that square away so that it doesn't interfere with our mechanism. Okay, so cut it away on this top corner, and on this one, yeah, it doesn't actually matter too much, but just notch out, and that's going to again create a little tab there. So add some adhesive, and with this one I'm just make sure I've glued it well. So just put a double lot of seal there and tuck that in. Now on this long one, I want to make sure that that is glued really well. And I'm going to add some of my red liner tape to that. Okay, and now we can decorate the front with our pieces of DSP. So actually I've got my little cut in half ladybird. So this is why I said to wait and do this, because what you want to do is create just a slight border on the side there. The same on the other side. Like so. Okay, so now you've got that. I probably should have done that before I actually made that top corner. Okay, best laid plans and all that. This is a quick insert just to say at this point, before you put your front panel on, add your ribbon to the front of your box. I didn't, so I've just come and put a little insert so to remind you to do that, so you don't make the mistake that I did. And then you can use some Tombow wet glue, or obviously you could use Seal Plus just to add that layer to the centre. But that way we've got a nice layer on the front there. So although it, it looks as if we've used a whole great big piece, that we've only used literally a couple of inches of it. Now to add this to the side, this is where I use my bunny ears. So just peel back a bit of your tape, line it up, keep your bunny ear out of the way. And then we're going to just pull that like so. And what I should have done is actually have added my ribbon underneath there. So a seam binding, hopefully. Oh yes, look at that, perfect. The joy of using Tombow is I can just add my ribbon underneath. Hopefully I've left enough to tie a bow. I'm sure I have. So you can add your note cards in. Just like so. And I might do a little quicker an insert. There we go. So just wrap around, and there we have our pretty note card box with some ribbon on it now to put our note cards in. So thanks for watching. Mistakes and all, you know me, you get the whole lot. I will probably put an insert, so just to remind you. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon, and if you've enjoyed watching, please do subscribe, hit that notification button, then you'll hear when I post another video. And if you could purchase from me as well, that would be fantastic. I really appreciate any orders that you can place, and you can go to flutterbyheidi.co.uk for the links, or below this video if you're on YouTube, you'll find links to all the products I've used there. Thanks for watching. Bye now.